So it's been at least 1 year since I started working in the NHS, and during this period I've had night shifts, I've had twilight shifts where I finished at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and everything in between. And I think it's made it quite difficult to stay on track with diet, fitness. During my time in medical school, even if I was to go all the way back to 2020 when I first started medical school, and it was during the summer between my first and second year that I made the transition in terms of my health and fitness. I started to work out regularly. I was like, I'm gonna lose a lot of weight. At one point I was very overweight, at least well over 100 kg, I think approaching 113. Then I told myself enough is enough. I am going to lose weight, and that's what I did. I started my journey, by working out and training. And during that summer, I was like, let me try and get this done in 3 months, lose like 20 plus kg in 3 months. Of course, that didn't happen, but I did lose a lot of weight that I saw a difference in the mirror. And I think that was the key point, because once you see a difference in the mirror, that's how things can just completely change for you mentally. And once things change mentally, then if I keep doing this, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to reach where I want to reach. I'm going to reach the goal that I want to reach. Anyway, fast forward, I carried this on over my time in medical school. I think the lowest amount of times I've worked out was like 3 times a week, like once or twice. 4 times a week was very, very rare as well, maybe on Christmas week. But I've averaged like 5 or 6 times a week, not because I was trying to impress anyone. Maybe there's an element of that somewhere, or like an element of vanity or of some sort. There always is, because obviously, like, you're working out, you're looking after yourself to some extent. You're looking at yourself in the mirror all the time. So there's an element of vanity. There's an element of, how good can you look, maybe for yourself mainly, which is what I'll say is like the main thing. But of course, how do other people perceive you, and the reactions that you'll get from other people, or you look so different. Like, what happened? How do you change so much? What are you doing differently? Help me work out. Help me lose weight. Help me build muscle as well. All of these different things happen as a result of you getting into shape, or getting into a shape that you're happy with, and you can look in the mirror with, look in the mirror and be happy with. Now, of course, there is an element as well of body dysmorphia that can develop if you're too overly obsessed with how you look. And no matter what shape you reach, you'll always be, either that skinny person or that fat person inside of your head. So that is something that weightlifting and working out will never really fix. It's something that only you can really fix for yourself. And of course, if you need help, then go to God, pray, fast, and figure out a way that way. But anyway, I've had night shifts, and how have I fixed these night shifts in order to ensure that I can still maintain my same level of like fitness to some extent, my sleep, my nutrition, my diet, my workout habits. And I think the main thing for me is, number one, I just really, really enjoy working out. I enjoy my workout plans. I enjoy going to the gym. I look forward to it. I genuinely enjoy it. So me not working out on a night shift is a negative mentally for me. So I think that's why I say you really need to love what you're doing. You really need to love what workouts you're doing. Don't pick the most optimal workout. Pick the workout that you enjoy and you can stick to. When my family come to me and ask me, how can I lose weight? How can I get in shape? I give them plans that they can actually enjoy. I try even to start out with something like, what sort of sport do you enjoy doing? Do you like walking? Then let's walk more. Maybe at the end of the day, you can go for a 5k step walk, not 5 kilometers, but as in 5k step walk. Maybe you can try and reach 6k steps that day, and then just build from there. When I started, I wasn't just jumping straight into like doing like 20ks, and actually I did do that. I did jump into doing 5ks and 10ks, and understandably I burnt out and I hated it. And the other thing that kept me going was like, I'm trying to increase my calorie deficit each day to burn as much calories as possible. I was eating very little calories during the week. I was binging on the weekends because I was like, this is my cheat day. I'm going to enjoy this because I won't have another cheat day until next Sunday. And now, fast forward to 6 years, where like I'm on a cut right now. I'm just trying to lose fat, not really have a weight goal. But I don't even need a cheat day, because my whole mindset, my whole relationship with food has completely changed to the point where I don't need a cheat day. The food I'm eating, I genuinely enjoy it. I'm not on a super restrictive diet. I'm cutting today. Right now, I'm on like 2,100 calories. I wanted a biscuit with my coffee earlier, so I got a packet of mini Oreos, which is 90 calories. The old me would never have something like this. I'd only eat like chicken. I'd only eat beef. I'd only eat like lean beef. I'd only eat like fish every single day. I'd hate my diet. I'd have something that isn't consistent that I can't really stick to long term. The key thing is to eat the way you can stick to it long term. That makes sense. The key thing is to eat what you enjoy, that is lean, healthy, filling, that allows you to get all of your macro and micronutrients, and the main thing is it tastes good and you can stick to it long term. That's what I've been doing for like the past couple of years. Is what I do now, and it's what I plan to do by the grace of God to maintain throughout the entire of my career, whether that be in medicine, whether that be moving into something else like finance or banking, who knows. But that is the main thing, because I generally enjoy what I'm doing. I figure out what works for me. I figure out what makes me feel good, because I eat foods that are lean, healthy, filling, and they make me feel good. They're good for my digestion. They don't result in a lot of bloating. I get better sleep. I don't feel constipated. I don't feel tired all the time. I have the energy to do the work, to even pick up locum shifts, to do some extra tutoring on the side, to go for extras, to reach 10, 12, 13k steps a day, to train 6 days a week. I'm gonna go train now after this. I've just had it's Saturday. I've did some tutoring, 4 hours of tutoring, one in central London and one online. I'm gonna go train right now. I'll come back and then maybe, I don't know, watch a TV show and wake up and feel fine. And that's just because, of course, I thank God for strength, but also putting good things into my body that make me feel good. Anyway, I've been waffling on for too long. Let's go into this night shift thing. So the first thing I'll do when you're starting a night shift is plan out what you're going to eat in advance. Okay, this is probably what you hear all the time. Plan, plan, plan. But honestly, especially if you're in a hospital, or even if you aren't in a night shift, if you're working late hours, or like in like your bank or like a law firm or something, or you're working a night shift in some other industry, you may not have as much access to good food, emphasis on the good food, like you would during the day, and that is going to significantly impact how you are able to eat and maintain, whether that is a clean surplus or a clean deficit, whatever your goal is. So if you can plan out foods beforehand and do that. I like to Little Max, go to Lidl, and I buy so much healthy and lean meats, and then I can meal prep them if I have time. If I don't have time, then I just buy ready cooked high protein meals. Some recommendations is the chicken teriyaki, shawarma bowl, and also the chicken kebabs in the freezer section. They're like 100 calories each, 18 grams of protein each. They cook in like 15 minutes and 200 degrees in the air fryer. You can just pack those up. Very, very easy, very simple to make. Then just buy whatever veg or fruit that you like. I'd buy frozen cherries and just have that. I'd buy grapes, I'd buy apples, I'd buy mini tangerines. I would have like a whole host of different types of fruits and vegetables, and I just vary it each day depending on what I'm feeling, depending on what I'm enjoying that day. And I really believe that this is something that you guys can do as well. This makes it easy, because some days I don't want to cook, so why not just buy a ready-made high protein meal, 350 to 450 calories, 20 to 30 grams of protein. Like, you can't really get much better than that, and the fact that you don't have to cook it yourself, I think that goes a hell of a lot, like a long way, to help you to maintain the diet, to maintain the cuts, to maintain the surplus that you are on. So okay, we've talked about maintaining or like planning what you're going to eat. When you're on a night shift, it's also good to have snacks. Okay, there's loads of protein bars I like having. I mainly eat the Optimum nutrition bars. I just buy them bulk off of Amazon. They're like 17-20 pounds, especially if you subscribe. It's like 17 pounds, 12 packs. The chocolates, the marshmallow crunch one, and there's another one as well, but they generally taste like candy. They taste like real bars. I would eat them if I wasn't cutting it. I think that's the key thing. Everything that I'm mentioning, I'd eat it if I wasn't cutting. I'd eat it just normally. So I generally recommend that if you're snacking during your night shifts, have that. As well as this, you could also have box of pomegranate seeds, or again fruits, oranges, 150 grams of grapes. These are just nice little snack portions that you can buy as like a snack pack, or buy in bulk and just pack yourself in like a sandwich bag or like a little container, or whatever the case may be. Whatever your calorie goal is, maintain that throughout the night shift. So again, it's calories in, calories out. If you're eating 2,500 calories, then eat that over the 24-hour period, starting from midnight to midnight the following day. It's just what is what happens. So whether you're eating at like 4 a.m., you finish your shifts at 9 a.m., you're in bed at 10 a.m., you wake up again at 6 p.m., and you have another meal at like 6:30, 7 p.m., and then I would train right before then go to the gym, then go back to work at 8:30 p.m. Still track the calories you've had during that 24-hour period. It doesn't matter whether you're eating when it's late or when it's morning. All that would really be affected is just your digestion. So if you're going to eat, it's probably, if you're going to sleep, it's probably best not to have a high meal, of course, because it'll affect your sleep. But if you're not going to sleep, then it's okay to have a bit of a bigger meal, as long as it's calorie tracked and you're reaching your macros. Training or not training really depends. If you're not training, then try and get more steps. So try to get 12, 13, 40k steps. If you are going to train, then obviously you can maybe have a little bit less steps, and you can maybe do 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes of cardio, and then just do a quick session. Try it the first night, see how tired you feel during that night shift. If you feel absolutely knackered, then obviously readjust. Maybe only train one time during your night shifts. I normally have like a week of nights. That's like the longest nights I'd have, Monday to Thursday, and I would probably train maybe 3 nights. 3 of those days during the night shift, I have a break on like either the 3rd night or the 4th night, just depending on how I'm feeling. I listen to my body. If I feel more tired, then I'll not go, and I'll just prioritize and get 8 hours of sleep, at least 7 hours of sleep. Having a Garmin really makes it easier to track my sleep, but you don't need all these fancy gadgets. You just track your sleep. Just when did you actually sleep? Maybe add 30 minutes for when you actually like fell asleep, and then when did you wake up, and then just work backwards to calculate it. I love you again like 5 hours to 6 hours of sleep, and this is just not. It's just not feasible. It's not going to work long term. So factor this into the plan and figure out what can you do to optimize and to get better sleep. Okay, but those are really the main things I would say that help you to maintain your cut and maintain your training during a night shifts. Just treat it like a normal day. Essentially, what you would do during a normal day, you just do it during different times of during your night shift, and then just go from there. Mix and match, figure out what works for you, and then go from there. I hope this video makes sense. I hope it helps any of you that are out there that are looking for advice on like weight loss, diet, especially if you're in a professional career, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're in banking, and you'd like to be coached and you'd like to be trained by me, then please use the link below, and let's see if we can figure out a way to work together. And also let me know if you have any more ideas, or just any more ideas of what videos you'd like to see. I have a list of videos that I'm gonna film and I'm gonna edit and upload, but if you have video ideas, then please let me know and we'll figure this out. Okay, goodbye.